So just real quick on Jupyter Notebooks, I wasn't going to explain, but I feel that it's a good idea. So it's basically a file that will allow you to either run code or, like a notebook, write down information. I can put markdown info here. Let me just delete this out so I can put here data science with Python and VS Code, and then it displays information as if it were a notebook. So I want a code, so let's go ahead and start importing the libraries. So this first cell, I will just import everything that I will use for this, along with importing the data that I already have available here. I can read the data from a CSV file, and I will assign the data to a dataset object, the pandas dataset object here. So we basically write down the code in a cell, and then we hit either Ctrl Alt Enter or this little arrow here, and then it's going to run. So if I want to take a look at the data that I have imported, there are several ways. I can do data.info just to get a general idea. So I have a data set with 1,309 entries labeled 0 to 1308 with 14 columns. Something that I can also do, if I go up here and click on the three dots, go to variables, I can see Jupyter variables here, and if I click on the data viewer icon, which is here to the left of the data, this will pull up a table that shows me a little bit of what I'm looking for. And then I notice a few things. So first, again, real life data is never exactly the way we want. So if I take a look down here, for example, I notice that there are some ages that are missing, and this is not exactly good. Let me just navigate here, back. And if I look, what happens is that age, which should be a numeric value, is being listed as an object because of that. So the first thing that we do whenever we start working on a new data set is we prepare the data. We're going to clean it. It's one way to refer to it. We're going to clean the data. So the way to do that, let me go ahead and create another cell here. I can do data.replace. Again, don't worry about memorizing these commands here. This is just to show you that this is possible. Again, you can go ahead and like I said before in the beginning, you're more than welcome to go back here, do these on your own, as well as following other tutorials. I will point you to some very good tutorials on that. So let's continue cleaning the data. So I want to take all the question marks and replace them for not a number value. And let me also go ahead and change I'm going to change the type of that column to a numeric value. So since I used not a number, I have to put that as float. And I will do the same thing to the fair. And So let's go back and take a look at what happened. So it became nan instead of the question mark. And let me run the info again that I have up here. So I can see that age is now float 64, as well as fair.